What's up, everybody? I'm Wyatt Bagnall. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm going to be doing my predictions for the Week 6 games for the NFL. Starting with Thursday Night Football. Before we get into that, let me give you guys a little bit of a review of how I did last week. Last week, I ended up going 11-5. I thought it was going to be way worse because basically all 5 of those came in the morning, essentially. But the evening really went well for me. The afternoon did really well. And overall, that puts me at 47-33 on the year. After 2 rough weeks with weeks 2 and 3, I basically done really well. Week 1 was 10-6, week 2, 7-9, week 3, 7-9, week 4, 12-4, and week 5, 11-5. So we've been trending upward overall. Really happy with that, and hopefully I can keep that trend going this week. So now on to Thursday Night Football. What a game we have. The Washington Commanders at the Chicago Bears. Frankly, I'm bummed out I have to watch this game. I don't feel super strongly either way about who's going to win it. I think these are 2 of the worst teams in the league. I'm going to pick Washington because I think they're sort of due to get one. And Chicago's they just don't have it for me. I think they might be the worst team in football, them or Carolina. So I don't know. These are 2 of the worst teams in the league. This is just going to come down to who makes one less mistake than the other. I'll say Washington takes this one, but I won't be shocked at all if Chicago manages to win an ugly one with them. On to Sunday. San Francisco at Atlanta. San Francisco has been dealing with a little bit of injuries. They're training out in West Virginia right now, or practicing out in West Virginia right now, so they stayed on the East Coast. And I think they'll handle the Falcons. The injuries might rear their head a little bit, but I think overall, San Francisco is just better than Atlanta, and they should be able to take them out. So yeah, I got 49ers beating Falcons. Pats go to Cleveland. While the Browns might manage to lose to the Chargers, I don't think they managed to lose to the Patriots. Unless Bailey Zappi plays another really awesome game, or maybe Brian Hoyer plays. I don't know who the Pats will play at quarterback. I just think that the Browns will sort of grind them out, manage to do it. The Pats defense might step up and play big, and the Browns defense has been a bit underwhelming for certain, but I just think Cleveland's better overall. And yeah, I don't know. They're not going to find magical ways to lose all these games. Maybe they will. They're the Browns, but I'll give them one more chance here and say that they beat the Pats at home. Jets go to Lambeau Field to take on the Packers. Ooh, man, this is a tough one because I think the Packers are really overrated, and they just lost to the Giants. All right. Okay. I don't feel great about this either. This is another one that I'm going to go with my heart a little bit on this one. I'm going to say the Jets go to Green Bay and they steal one from the Packers at Lambeau Field. That trip back from London might still be lingering with them, put them a step behind. I think the Jets defense can strap up the Packers offense, and Zach Wilson can strike enough times against a talented but inconsistent Packers defense. So that's probably my upset of the week right there. I'll say Jets beat Packers. Jacksonville at Indianapolis. Man, this is another game that's just sort of tough because both these teams play really sloppy football. I'm going to say the Colts win because this game is not in Jacksonville, and the way the Jags just burned me against the Texans really doesn't make me feel good about them. So I'll say the Colts get the win. They're one of the least impressive 3-2-1 teams you'll ever see. But yeah, Colts get it based purely on the fact this game is in Indianapolis. All right, next up we got Minnesota at Miami. If Tua was playing, I would say the Dolphins probably win this game. Tua's not playing. I don't even know if Teddy Bridgewater's playing, so I'm going to go with Minnesota. The Dolphins might be able to put up a fight. I won't be shocked if Minnesota slips up here and gets upset by a wounded Miami team because they are just that talented, especially on the perimeter. But the Vikings come into this game the healthier team. Minnesota struggled with the Jets. Miami struggled with the Jets. And I think the Vikings can strike here. They'll go to 5-1 and be one of the most hot and cold 5-1 teams we've seen, but they'll be there, so good for them. Bengals at Saints. Oh, I'm just gonna double down on this and sort of do this also out of spite for Taylor. I'm gonna say the Saints beat the Bengals. I won't be shocked if the Bengals pull this one off, but I mean, I think the Saints are a tougher team. I think that they're not particularly. I don't think the Bengals are particularly like prepared to take on everything that the Saints can throw at them, especially in the Superdome. I think that they'll get Taysom Hill more involved, and I think that the Saints defense will try to strap up here against the Bengals, and they'll be coming in with something to prove after a really bad performance against the Seahawks offense. Part of this is me rooting for it also. I want to see the Saints beat the Bengals. So let's go. Who Dey versus Who Dat. Let's go. New Orleans. Let's go. I believe in them. Please win. Please. I want to be able to laugh at Taylor. All right, Baltimore at the Giants. I think this is the game where the Giants get exposed a little bit when they play a team that's a real contender. They'll fall to 4-2. Ravens will rise to 4-2. And I don't think it'll be that close. I think the Ravens could win this by 2 scores. If the Giants win this game, I will officially stop viewing them as like this lucky team that's sort of striking the right teams at the right time and just say that they're good. Baltimore's good. Even the 2 games they've lost, they were against good teams at the last minute. So if the Giants can get the jump on Baltimore and put them away, the Giants are a real team at that point. No more like conditions and stuff like that. Giants win, they're real. I think the Ravens win because I don't think the Giants are real. So we'll see. Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. Tampa needs to show me something, and I'm giving them another chance to do it. I'll pick them. They've managed to win most of the games that I picked for them, so we'll see. I don't think Pittsburgh has much to offer this year. This is another game that's going to be tough for Kenny Pickett. The Bucs defense is really talented, and I just don't have much faith in the Steelers overall. Their defense is different without TJ Watt. The Buccaneers will start to get a little bit of continuity with the same guys playing a few weeks in a row, and hopefully for the Buccaneers, they really emerge, and this is sort of a coming out party for them because they could really use one, especially after we saw what a true contender can do to the Steelers last week with what the Bills did. We'll get a chance to see where Tampa Bay stacks up against what is probably the best team in the league, but I will pick Tampa Bay. Then we got Carolina going to the Rams. I mean, Carolina has conceded the season. It's over. It's all burning. The Rams aren't good, but the Rams aren't this bad either. Rams will beat the Panthers sort of by default. Not the Panthers are. Yeah, they've given up. They fired their coach. Their quarterback is playing the worst in the league. The Rams will be purely incidental in this win. Whoever played the Panthers this week was going to win. So, I mean, here's what I'll say. If the Rams lose this game, that would be a really big problem. That would be full-on panic mode. It's all burning down. The Rams are full-on pretenders. We'll see. And after this weekend, I'm actually going to be doing a contenders-pretenders breakdown because I think that at this point in the season, a lot of these teams are showing their true colors, and we're going to break it down. Like at this point, everybody's played at least one other good team. They've all played bad teams. They've had to win different ways if they can, and we'll see what's what. And next week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that is when that video will come out. But yeah, I'll go with Rams. Purely incidental. Good on them. You'll beat the Panthers. Proud of you guys. Great. Cardinals at Seahawks. This is another game that could go either way. I'm going to give it to the Seahawks because it's in Seattle and Geno Smith has played really, really well. I don't think the Cardinals really have anything that the Seahawks can't handle. The Cardinals will probably score some points because the Seahawks defense is abysmal, but the Seahawks offense has been rolling, and I think that's enough by itself, really, to take out the Cardinals. So yeah, Seattle, they'll roll at home. Cardinals will drop another game. Their season's pretty much over at that point. Didn't expect much from them going in personally, but I know a lot of people did. They expected them to be a little bit better, but no, I still think that they'll look even worse the second half of the year. And Seattle remains that feisty team that's not really a great team, but they can, if you overlook them, they'll beat you. Okay. The next two games are my most anticipated of the week. First up, Buffalo at Kansas City. This is a legitimate like AFC Championship preview, probably. Like they could always meet in the divisional round or something like that. But these are two teams that have really separated from the pack and look like they're going to be around at the end. I believe Buffalo's going to come in and smack the Chiefs. I think that Buffalo has had this game circled for a while. Kansas City might too, but I believe Buffalo's defense is significantly better than the Chiefs. I believe that the Bills' weapons are significantly better than the Chiefs. And I believe Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes is a wash. So I will take the Bills. I believe the Bills will win. And they want to win in a way where it doesn't matter how much time the Chiefs have left, 13 seconds, 13 minutes. This game's over by then. I think that's how the Bills are going to come in and try to play this. And this game could be huge in terms of determining where that playoff game is going to be held. So we'll see. I've said Buffalo is the best team all year. I'm not melting or yielding on that right now, especially coming off a game for the Chiefs when the Raiders could have had them. So I got Buffalo coming in. I'm going to say they win by 10 points. I think that this will be a 2-score game at the end of it. We'll see, but I'm really excited for it. This is one of those games that everybody knew was going to be good, and both these teams have held up coming into it, so it's not this really disappointing thing. We'll see. Buffalo, let's go. Bills Mafia, go in there and outshine Chiefs Kingdom. And then Sunday Night Football, Dallas at Philadelphia. Big game. Two teams that are coming in like white hot. Philly's the last undefeated team. Dallas hasn't lost since week 1, but Cooper Rush is their quarterback, and by virtue of that, I say Philly gets it done. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are uniquely suited to handle the threats of the Dallas Cowboys, in that this is not the Rams' offensive line. This is one of the top offensive lines in the league, if not the top offensive line in the league. Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, they still might get off every once in a while, but it's not going to be with nearly the same consistency that they did against these other teams. And the Eagles are a balanced offense. They got weapons everywhere. Running back, wide receiver, quarterback, tight end, all good. Their defense is also no scrub. So I'm not saying it's impossible for Dallas to win this game. It's very possible that they could hand Philly a loss. But with Dak Prescott not playing, I think their offense is going to be just limited enough that the Eagles get it done. If Dallas wins, huge statement, awesome, great for them. But in my eyes, they're sort of playing with house money going into this game. Win, lose, or draw, as long as they don't get blown out, this has been a successful run for the Cowboys with Cooper Rush. But yeah, I'm going to go Philly. They'll go to 6-0. I'm not sure how great they truly are in like the grand scheme of true contenders, but they would be establishing themselves really, really well. Philly's good. I'd have them favored to win the NFC right now, but I think there are teams that can give them problems. I'm just not sure Dallas is one of them right now. And then the last game, another primetime game with the Denver Broncos going to the Chargers. I fully expect the Chargers to win this game. I've said this for a while now. The Chargers, they don't put anyone away, and they make ridiculous decisions that are going to bite them. If they cannot put the Broncos away in a dominant fashion, I'm really worried about them. They're sort of like how the Steelers were to me. They play either up or down to their competition. Like they don't have a standard in LA. It's either we're going to play really, really well against a really good team. Maybe we win. Maybe we lose a heartbreaker. Fine. Or we're going to play down to these really mistake-prone teams. We're going to make just as many mistakes as them and find a way to choke away the games that we should win easily. So if the Chargers don't manage to win this game, I am really going to be weary of them, really in any game. But as a contender, I'm already cautious of them. And as I said, we'll be doing contenders, pretenders next week. The Chargers are a team that's teetering right on the edge, and I expect a big game from them. This is not the week Denver puts it together, I don't think. If it is, shocking, and it's just another bigger indictment on the Chargers. But yeah, those are my picks for the week. I think this is a really interesting week because we finally are getting a matchup, like the matchups of a few teams that we've really been wanting to see. And we're going to get a huge read on a lot of these teams this week, and I'm really excited for it. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me who you guys think is going to win these games. And hopefully it's an awesome weekend of football. So, enjoy the weekend and have a great time. Peace.